Hello, everybody. We're here today, maybe in our new studio. Wow, this is good. I was kicked out of the anniversary room, kicked out of the main foyer or the lounge upstairs. We're now broadcasting from the men's locker room. Actually, it's not a bad spot. And it's for our update for August 21st, 2024. Gentlemen, welcome. It's been an exciting week. Hey, listen, I got to tell you, on behalf of the members, if we got to give up a week of golf, this wasn't too bad a week for us. I feel bad for them out there, I really do. But like it was freezing yesterday, freezing Monday, raining today, freezing again. So for the members, you know, our sacrifice worked out for us. Listen, first item, I heard it was a great time on Saturday night, White Party. Gentlemen, let's talk about, we'll start with you. Just tell us about the White Party.
Yeah, it certainly went to the wee hours of the morning. Lots of, Carletonn culture, dancing on the dance floor. The DJ was rocking. It was a great time. About 140 members and guests were in attendance. Nice to see some more new members this year, right? In year one, enjoying the White Party. And we went through all the, hole-in-one speeches were fantastic. Had about 6 of those throughout. Good recognition for our club champions. Special mention to, Emma and Josh, our overall champions. They did a great job grabbing the mic and did some nice remarks and thank yous. Chelsea and Sean, the room looked spectacular. Initially you walked in, you see all the white and almost a wedding vibe, and then you get a little more into the room and saw some great decorations. And the food was fantastic.
Oh, great. Hey, you were there.
I was there. John, I was fortunate. I was, the MC for the night, so I was doing all the announcements. It was a lot of fun. Everyone was dressed in white. All my staff, my pros were all matching, and that was pretty cool too. So I think there's a pretty neat photo of all of us. It was. I don't know. It's the hole-in-one party. Of course, it's going to be great. So we had a wonderful time. Like Cameron said, about 140 people in attendance, which was a phenomenal turnout. Hopefully this is going to spark some more excitement for a few more events that we're going to host towards the end of the year.
I was talking to one of the servers the next day. She said they didn't get out till 1:15 in the morning. Like I have not heard of a party here that lasted that long since the 1970s and 80s when they used to really play it up. That's when everybody lived in the area. They just walked home. So it was great. Well, there's something going on this week here at the club. It's our Mid-Am tournament. We're very pleased to have Jared Coyle in the field. But boy, I was just watching these guys hit the ball, and I was just mentioning to the two guys, they all look like clones. They all hit the ball the same darn way. You don't just take the head off, you just watch the swing, and it's like the same guy. They're all hitting, they swing so beautifully. And anyway, the results aren't always the same. Maybe we can talk. Let's first of all talk about how Jared's doing.
Yeah, first and foremost, great timing of our shoot today. So today we're filming right in the middle of round 2. Jared, we're getting updates from every 3 or 4 holes from our scoring stations on course. They're loading right to the website. So for those that are watching, you're welcome to log into the website. We've got a link on our internal website, or go right to Golf Canada, and you can see live scoring. And Jared, great timing, just birdied 5, 6, and 7.
Oh my goodness. 3.
Tremendous, which are his 14th, 15th, and 16th holes of the day. So he's probably just putting out on 9 as we speak, and he's in the mix. Incredible field of 156 players, and at the time of the shoot, Jared was tied for second. And knock on wood, I hope we're not jinxing him. And in any event, he's doing tremendously, and looks like he'll be in the mix, which is fantastic. It's really neat. Yeah, it's been a good week. We won't dwell on the wet conditions. I mean, that's fairly obvious. The biggest thank you of the week has to go to Joel Trickey and his team. And like I said, we won't go into that as much. They've been incredible. He can't do quite every plan in terms of his prep that he'd hoped due to the wet conditions, but the course is still beautiful. And on day 1, the players had to deal with the wind. So I'm really proud of how our course is standing up. Some of the swirling winds gave them some tricky shots heading into the greens. And after round one, the leader was David Lang, a Toronto player at 5 under, but just one score at 5 under, and only about 10 or 11 were under par.
Yeah, yeah, it's been very close. Talk about your observations so far.
No, it's great. And, you know, even starting on Sunday, just welcoming all the players to the club. So we had quite a few come out Sunday afternoon to play. A little rainy weather as well, so it was almost a bit of a preview of what they're going to be experiencing. We had our practice round on Monday, which went extremely well. We had all our volunteers start showing up. It was pretty cool getting Golf Canada here on site and starting all their prep work, getting all the flags out, getting all their tents out. It's neat to watch. And then, like Cameron was saying, with Joel and his team kind of doing double duty, they're doing a morning run and an afternoon run out on the golf course, making sure everything is in pristine shape. But just to touch on that, I put on my volunteer shirt. So this is the Golf Canada / Carletonn team volunteer shirt. This is our hat. So all the volunteers are wearing nice and red hats. Big thank you to all our volunteers. Big thank you to all our sponsors. We've been raising a lot of money for the Golf Canada Foundation through the club. We are still taking donations, so there is a direct link through our message of the day. And that's been going very well.
Well, I happened to look on the Golf Canada website, and of course our tournament is front and center. Our course is front and center. They got a nice picture of our course right from above. Because I wanted to know, like, what is the mission of Golf Canada? And, you know, I know Golf Canada because I use the great app they have, and I use it here, I use it in Florida. But they're certainly into a lot of the First Tee initiative right across the province. And certainly we raise money for that at the end of the year at our men's league, and we contribute to that. But they're into so many other things in amateur golf, from women, promoting women in golf, from this mid-amateur tournament. The mid-amateur tournament director, Daniel Supa's here. He's organizing this mid-amateur in terms of that. 155 golfers here. 154, I think, and just a tremendous organization. If you look on their website and look at their mission statement, all the things they've done. Hey, guess what? They're building a golf Hall of Fame in Toronto at one of the clubs that's been donated down there. So they're really doing very, very well. They represent over 300,000 golfers in Canada. I think it was over 1,400. Was it 1,400 member clubs? Of which we're a part of. And so, they're very much involved. Of course, they stage the Canadian Open, I believe. That's their tournament, and plus several other tournaments around the province. So thank you to Golf Canada. Thank you for coming to Carletonn and running this show. You've done a great job out here. We were certainly welcome you all, and it's wonderful to watch these young people play. Sorry to interrupt the flow of our CTV update, but after we stopped shooting today, Jared Coyle had come in. He just finished his round. He shot a marvelous 4 under today. He's -3. He's in great position. I think he was in second. And I happened to corral him for an interview after the round. So I'm inserting that interview here now. Please enjoy that. And then we'll get right back to our next item, which will be the senior intersectional team, their makeup, and a deep dive into that. Okay, I'm here with Jared Coyle. Congratulations, Jared. You had a great second round. You just got off the course, sitting at what, -4 right now?
-4 today, 3 for the tournament.
3 for the tournament. Wow. Congratulations. Take us through your round today, what the experience was like. And I know it's been a long 2 days because today was a rain delay and everything. So talk about your round today.
We started out and it was pouring. We played the first 8 holes in the pouring rain. I just made a lot of pars, birdied 15, and then we got the delay. And considering all the rain we got, the course is pretty great. But went back out, made a few more pars, and then 2-putted 5 for birdie. Hit it really close on 6 and made birdie. Made a good 15-20 footer for birdie on 7. And then 8, I actually pulled it long left. Hit a bad chip and then made like a 30 footer for par.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, hey, you lost a lot of money today. If this was men's league, you would have won some money for those birdies.
No, they were all in front. They were all in front.
So how about yesterday? Your round yesterday, we were +1. Were you a little nervous, or how did it go?
Just couldn't really get anything going yesterday. Not hitting okay shots. Not hitting. I was kind of pushing my putts all day yesterday, so couldn't really make any putts. I made 3 birdies. 2 of them were 2 putts. The other one I actually thought it was going to break right. I pushed it, and then it broke left and went in.
All right. Oh.
So it was a little sloppy, but
Yeah, well, it's better than playing those pins on the edges. At least you had a shot at them today. Listen, tomorrow, you're going to be, I guess, playing in one of the final groups. Anything, you're going to prepare any differently for tomorrow? Or just work on different things, or what's going to go on?
just try to keep playing my game probably. Hit some greens, hopefully. Drop
Seems,
some more putts.
seems to be working.
Yeah.
Congratulations and good luck. We're all pulling for you, Jared. Well, we have another team from Carletonn competing on Monday, our men's senior intersectional team. Why don't you take us into who's on the team, who we're playing, and where we stand?
Thanks, John. So you might have seen on our calendar the senior intersectional qualifier dates. So you may or may not know we actually had a tie for our last spot. So for the 10th position, we had a tie. We had 3 people tied for the 10th spot. We actually finally concluded our playoff last Wednesday during men's league.
Right.
And so I'm happy to announce the team. So I'm going to go through it in order here. So we're going to start off. We have Ken Watson, Keith Ritchie, John Lachance, Will Loudon, Jeff Curtis, Jeff Hall, Eric Reed, Terry Kuzma, Jim Delahunty, and Jim Clark, and our 2 alternates, David Woodhouse and Russ Catt. Now they're playing this coming Monday at Rockland. They're going to be competing against Brockville and Renfrew as well.
At
Rockland.
Rockland, yeah. So, well, good luck to the guys. Hope they do well. You guys going to be there, I guess, and hopefully.
Yeah, we will be. We might have to start them and then come back for a board meeting. We had a few meetings scheduled differently due to the mid-am week, but we'll be there to cheer them on, definitely.
That's good. That's great. Good luck, fellas. I hope you do well. And later on, we'll talk about the Carletonn Cup team and when that's being played. That's a similar team, not quite the same, but we certainly will do a deep dive into that. But next week, we're going to go into the women's senior intersectional, where they're playing, and who they are. I had a wonderful opportunity to do some instructional work with Nolan Reynolds, and today is on the sand trap. And I just got a small story. I don't want to embarrass the guy. I don't know his name or anything. One of the young gentlemen here was in our trap in 2 and had a heck of a time getting out of it. He threw one out of bounds. He threw into one trap and then into another trap and back into another. The traps are very hard. And had he listened to Nolan's video, though, he might have got out of that one a little easier than that. So let's listen to what Nolan has to say. Okay, Nolan, when I'm playing with a lot of my friends and including myself, gosh, we have a hard time getting out of these traps. And like today, the sand is beautiful. Like I can tell that I'm going to have a good day in the traps because it's kind of fluffy, but after a rain, it's hard and you don't know what's underneath the ball. And some days I myself will hit nice sand trap shots when I know what's underneath, and some days they go flying. But I'd like to be more consistent out of the traps. And I see so many of my friends that are having trouble getting out, even, doing everything they can. So I need you to go through the shot process of, and your thinking process of getting into a trap, what you're thinking, and what your goal is, and how you obtain that, how you get them out.
Yeah, for sure. So first thought always when I'm in a bunker is going to be, where do I want the ball to land, right? Because in some situations like this, I can land it pretty far and let it roll out a little bit. But there's a lot of bunkers on this course where you're going to be short-sided to the pin, and sometimes you have to land it in the fringe to make it stop in time, or sometimes you have to fly it past the pin to even save yourself from a roll-off or any danger that way. So that's always going to be my first thought. Second's always, I'm kind of taking a look at the sand, and based off the day, if it's a little bit more wet, that's going to depend on how I hit the shot. So on a drier day like today, I can I can tell that the sand's a little softer. I can use the sand a little bit more. On a day where it's pretty wet and the bunker's packed down and hard, I can't take as much sand because my club's going to get stuck in the sand, and then I risk leaving the ball in the bunker. So I want to feel more like I hit a little bit less sand, and I'm actually hitting more like a flop shot out of, like if I was on the fairway, rather than taking a little bit more sand if it was a little bit fluffier that day.
Okay. So show us how, today we got nice sand, so maybe you can get us through.
Yeah. So, first thing I see when I'm playing with amateur golfers or anyone who's a little bit newer to the game is, first thing is they tend to set up dead square to their target, and they're just going to try and hit a normal golf shot. Well, the first thing I got to do when I'm hitting a bunker shot is I got to open my club face up. So I'm going to open this wide open, but then if you look at where I'm aiming pretty far left now. So I need to adjust my body to set up for my club face being open. So I'm going to open my body as well, and once I'm open enough that my club face is lined up at my target, that's how I know where to set up. Right. I'm always going to have the ball kind of forward on my inside front heel. That way I can kind of move into it. But the idea is, you're not allowed to do this during a round, but if I draw this little line, about maybe an inch, sometimes if you can take a little bit more sand, you want to swing a little harder, maybe about a club head length. But that's where I'm thinking I want to hit my club down in order to get under that golf ball. So the bounce on our wedges, that's what's going to hit that sand. That's going to help me get through it a little bit easier. If I dig in right on that leading edge, I'm going to get stuck in the bunker, and you're just going to see the ball plop in front of you. So I'm wide open. I got the ball lined up with my inside heel, and just like hitting a cut shot as we talked about on the range earlier, I want to feel like I'm swinging outside to inside. That's going to help get my club head through this sand a little bit. All right, so we'll set up, and again, the idea is whenever we're in the bunkers, I need to accelerate through the golf ball. Sometimes you'll see people take a great big swing, and then they almost feel like they need to slow down because they're scared to maybe hit it too far or maybe scull it. So you'll see a lot of deceleration on the way down, and that's where we end up leaving it in the bunker quite a bit. So always excelling through the golf ball. Always got to take a pretty big swing, hit before the golf ball.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And you get something like that.
Yeah. So, okay, I see what you did. You opened up your face. But if that was hard sand, wouldn't that bounce off the sand into the ball? So what would be the difference if it was hard sand?
For sure. So if this is hard sand, we just had a heavy rainfall, I'm going to make that line on where I hit before the sand a little bit closer to the golf ball. That way I'm kind of taking less sand, and like John said, my club won't bounce up before I hit the ball, causing me to scull it. So basically just setting up for a flop shot, and I want to feel like I just get under the golf ball and take a little bit less sand than usual. So it'll look very similar. I just want to feel like I take a little bit less backswing and hit a little bit more of the golf ball.
Oh, okay.
Whereas if it's fluffy like today, you might take a bit of a bigger swing and draw that line a little farther back.
Well, I mean, that's fantastic. The results speak for themselves. They're both beautiful shots out of there, and I hope this helps. You know, bunkers, we don't practice them enough, but I can tell you they're so important. Some people are afraid to go in, because you just see them, their hearts sink when they're in there because they just don't have confidence. Some people don't mind at all. Like they almost aim for the darn things because they know they can get out. So there you go, bunker shots. Thank you very much.
Yeah, of course. And rake your bunkers.
Yeah, rake your bunkers. Let's do that now. Thank you, Nolan. You could see that was a beautiful day. We did that. The traps were in much better shape than they are today. Not through our fault. They've done a great job, but it's different getting out of a hard, muddy trap. I mean, I learned it the hard way. You can't use the damn bounce. You got to hit the ball hard. You got to stick it in that ground. It's the only way I know of getting out. Mm-hmm. You got another suggestion for that?
Well, yeah, you said it best. The conditions will change regardless of whether it's pro angle, some of these white sands or sands in different regions, they all get firmer when it rains.
Yeah.
And you have to approach it differently, as Nolan explained.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's poor guy. I felt bad for him. Pro shop deals. What do we got on? I know you're doing really well this week, so that's,
We so John,
a lot of umbrellas, I hope.
well,
They're out.
I apologize to the members because right now, if you come into the shop, we have sold out of every single umbrella. We have 0 left in stock. We started the week with probably about 30 or 40, and we are all gone. The other thing that we just sold out today were our rain grips as well. So, all the visiting players coming to Carletonn with this weather, I guess a few of them forgot to pack their rain gloves because they were coming in this morning to clear me out. So those are gone. We certainly will be replenishing those. We have our spring and summer clothing sale continuing on. So we have sales from 25 to 50% off all our spring and summer clothing. They're specially marked. They're on the racks outside. We have some great deals on some shoes. And a little bit of a teaser, September is right around the corner. And what does that mean? That means our demo sale will be starting very soon. So all our clubs that are going to be discontinued at the end of the year, we're going to be putting those on sale. Demos and regular clubs, so have a look out for those. If you want to get your hands on one of those new AI smoke drivers or dark speed drivers, they will be soon marked down, the demos that is, yeah.
Okay, great news there. We're finally back on our course on Saturday, and the weather looks great for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, buddy. So thankfully, I think we're all feeling a little bad for Joel these days, having to deal with all this rain, but he's done an amazing job, him and his crew. I was out there today, with all the rain we've had, that course still looks great. I know he's probably not as happy about it, but he's done a great job. Anyway, on August 26th, Joel's work again. Don't forget, there's going to be aeration on the course. The course is closed till 12 o'clock. So if you're booking a time, do that. And of course, our senior men's will be at Rockland that morning. On September the 3rd, our women's senior intersectional team, OVGA team, is going to be playing, and I forgot where they're playing now. You did tell me last week.
The OVGA women, they're playing at Smith Falls.
Smith Falls, right. And September 7th, we have the men's Quinn Hoffman. And on September 8th, we have the women's Solheim Cup. And on September 8th, are we sold out of Learn to Love It?
I believe there's still some spots in the September 8th clinic, and that's available to register on the website, on GG Golf in the calendar section, or by visiting or calling the golf shop.
Great. Well, gentlemen, I kind of like our new studio. I don't know. This is not too bad. May work for
Some
us.
good acoustics in here.
Yeah, we'll find out. Anyway, until next week, folks, everybody play well.
And go Jared.
Go
go
Jared,
Jared.
yeah.